Fractions that are greater than 1. A fraction is equal parts of a whole. In this case, we're going to say that one rhombus represents a whole. Okay? And I'm going to write that here. One rhombus. That is my whole. So I'm looking at one rhombus, and I notice that 4 parts are shaded out of 4 total parts, because that's my whole. But if someone were to ask me how many parts are shaded altogether, what fraction is shaded, then I have to count what's in the next rhombus. I know that in this next rhombus, 3/4 are shaded in. Now, if I want to put it all together, I can count all my parts, and notice that I have the 7 dots here. 7 are shaded. What would my denominator be? Still 4. Why? Because we're talking about one rhombus. The one rhombus, 4 parts are shaded. 7/4, whenever the numerator is greater than the denominator, we can see that that's called an improper fraction. And we know that we have more than 1 when the top number is greater than the bottom. So I know that I'm talking about more than one rhombus. I can call it rhombi when I'm talking more than one. Now I'm going to stretch your brain a little bit, and I want you to really listen and really think about what I'm going to say next. Okay? And for this demonstration, I am actually going to color in a little bit more just so I can show you something. Okay, really pay attention. This time, I'm going to look at this picture, and I'm going to say that 2 rhombuses or 2 rhombi represent my whole. So we're looking at both of these rhombuses. And you can use either word because they both are correct. So I'm going to write them for you. Rhombuses or rhombi. You might see that word. Okay, so here, oh, and I forgot to add that. 4/4 plus 3/4 equals 7/4. But if I'm saying that 2 rhombuses are my whole, then I have to count how many parts the whole is broken into. And between the 2 rhombi, I have 8 equal parts. So that is my denominator in this case when 2 rhombuses are my whole. How many parts are shaded? Well, when I look at the 2, I can see that 8 parts are shaded. But if somebody asks me what fraction in total is shaded, then I have to count this one here. I see that 8, there's 1/8 colored here. Why is it still 8 and not 1/4? Because 2 rhombuses. So if 1 rhombus is divided into 4, 2 is divided into 8. So that makes my whole. So I can say that 8/8 plus 1/8 equals 9/8. And the reason I wanted to show you this is because I want you to know that just because a fraction talks about a whole, it doesn't always have to be one thing. It could be 2 things together that represent the whole. So this is looking at it in 2 different ways, but both of them are talking about more than one. We can see here that the numerator is greater than the denominator. It is an improper fraction, and it represents more than one thing.